It's Rich.
It's Jermaine.
And this is BDE Street. So, little disclaimer here. We both have colds. And just to kind of put that out there, so you will probably hear coughing and weird sounding voices. So
yeah, and when I laugh, I might have to hit a pause or a break or something because I got to spit something out or something because it is crazy. It is crazy.
That's fucking gross because we're not on video. They don't need to know all that shit, but okay.
Full disclosure.
Yeah, fair enough.
So before you even jump into anything,
right?
First thing I want to do is, for those of you that just listened to X's and O's, the last episode, and we went over the top 10 songs.
Okay.
You know the episode I'm talking about. If you're unaware, tune in to X's and O's of Life, episode 4, and we go over top 10 songs of, not of all time, but our top 10 of that's impactful to us. And one artist I mentioned was Tupac Shakur. And I mentioned some songs that he wrote or he, sung or performed.
Right.
And I came up with Ambitions as a Rider was his best one. I must have been smoking some type of blue turquoise crack at that point because I don't know what was going through my mind. The best song, the most impactful song to me in my life from Tupac Shakur has always been and will always be So Many Tears. So let me correct myself and go back and, for the record, So Many Tears by Tupac Shakur is one of the top 10 songs of all time.
So, funny you mentioned that. So, we were talking previous to recording here.
The draft. And it was drafts, right? Was it drafts?
Was
that was a draft? Yeah, that was our me and your personal draft.
Right.
Okay,
right.
But go ahead. Where are you at?
We were just talking about something, and it just kind of came up. And I remember a few episodes back on X's and O's. I think it was Tiff's draft. So I think that was episode 3. Yeah, that was episode 3. And
because the first episode was candy draft,
and then
we
did
my words,
right? And we did Tiff's movies.
Yeah,
I completely forgot Full Metal Jacket.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Oh god! I'm just
okay. Let me ask you this about Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah,
are you a Full Metal Jacket? Can you watch the whole movie, or do you stop soon as Gomer Pyle kills himself, and then they go off to actually fight the war?
Well, Jesus Christ! Spoilers.
I did just give away the movie.
No.
I mean, if you ain't seen it by now, come on.
It's one of those things you just you watch the whole thing. But I get it because you kind of
I watched to the Gomer Pyle. Put it this way: if I watch the movie 50 times, 25 times, I'm only watching up to the Gomer Pyle part, and then the other 25, I may finish the rest of it.
I get it because it's kind of lackluster after that.
After that, I mean, the best part is Me So Horny, and then after that, I'm kind of drawing a blank. What else happens after that?
Yeah,
the basic training is the most impactful part of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, because Emery and he's just that dude. Once again, underrated actor, and I'm pretty sure not recently, but I know he passed.
No, but the main actor, he play on Stranger Things now. Matthew Modine or something like that. The main dude that the movie is about. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah. Look at you with the knowledge drop. So, real quick here too, just some house cleaning stuff. On the last episode, we did do our top 10, like Jermaine said, and we really did think that there'd be a lot of
comments. I was like, man, that's going to hit hard. That's going to solicit so many comments. People are going to snap because you didn't include this and you didn't include. Just like we're self-correcting, I'm pretty sure y'all wanted to auto-correct us. So, but I was shocked that there was nothing out there.
And I don't know if there just wasn't any opinions on it or whatever. And look, it's all good. We just kind of thought there'd be some kind of correspondence there with that. We did want to kind of put out a question here because we did mention that we were going to do this, but we wanted to do it to make sure there was actually going to be an audience for it. So we said that we were going to swap playlists and then just kind of analyze it and just kind of, give our analysis on the show. Let us know if that's if there's like an actual audience for that, or if there's any interest in that, and we'll do that. If not, we're just not. I mean, we're not going to waste our time doing. I mean, we might just do it just for us, but we won't record it.
Cause if we do something like that, best believe by the end of that, I'm gonna have Rich singing "Can You Stand the Rain." He gonna be hit from New Edition. He ain't gonna even know what hit him.
See, there you go. And then Jermaine also had a good idea. You want to let him know about your...
My idea is, I mean, if you don't agree with our top tens, or if
they do,
if you do,
right,
go ahead and on any platform, if it's Spreaker, if it's Twitter, if it's YouTube, if it's iTunes, or Apple, what is it's iTunes, right?
Yeah,
any other platforms,
right.
Put your top 10 list on there so we can see where you're coming from, and we can, look over here and dissect and take the feedback that you give to us, and then we can discuss it if you like, but we have to have something to discuss, because otherwise you're basically saying by you not commenting, you're basically saying that you agree with everything we're saying, which I know you don't. I know you don't.
But yeah, I just thought it was a cool idea. I like it. Like, we're not going to become like a reaction channel. We're not going to be those people. But it was just.
But this topic was like,
it was kind of.
Oh, music is so
universal.
Yeah, it's so it crosses every platform you can think of.
Yeah. So, I guess elephant in the room here too. If we're talking about house cleaning, we kind of let in on it a little bit on X's and O's. If anyone, I know people listen to the last BDE. We we kind of, so here's let me set the scene here for you.
Last BDE.
Let's set the scene. If we're doing full disclosure, let's do this. So Jermaine texts me. Jermaine texts me and he's like, "Yo, we gotta stop dangling the carrot. We gotta start getting paid for our fucking content." and me, I'm like,
instead of being the voice of reason to say,
let's fucking go, let's ride. I'm like, "Yup, let's go." So I formulate a plan in about 2.5 minutes of how this is gonna make us all this money, and I'm getting these different tiers and Patreon and doing all this. So we pretty much talked about that for about 12.5 minutes of that episode.
Oh my gosh.
Here's basically here's the thing. We're fucking dumb. We're fucking dumb. We don't know what we're doing, and Jermaine had a really good analogy. I'm gonna let him.
My analogy is: have you ever listened to two people that were high, but they didn't smoke anything? So basically, we were two high individuals pumping each other up, but we didn't smoke a damn thing.
Right.
Which is like I hooked a Mandalorian jetpack to his back, and he hooked a 3,000 watt amp to my back, and we just fed off each other. That's some assholes, some true assholes, yo. So
yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't know what.
Yeah, I mean,
and we noticed it like, I want to say a day or two later, maybe a day later.
Well, so no, we didn't. So
we got feedback.
So Bob and Nick I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for reaching out and telling us we were making big mistakes and going about this all wrong. And because that's
Tiff said we were evangelists.
Oh yeah, Tiff said we were Tiff was like, you sound like televangelists, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty fair. Like it I was told it was cringy, and it's like, yeah, it really was. Once we step back and
but now we tell each other, like, we got to find ways to check each other, because for that episode to get out, we both ran with it. It was like we both hyped each other up. I mean, think about hype men out there, you know. We were Flavor Flav, which is a hype man, of course, for Public Enemy, and Lil Jon, which is, you know, he's not a hype man for anybody, but all his lyrics are just hyped up lyrics. They don't have any content behind them. It's just, okay, and screaming, yeah. So it was Lil Jon and Flavor Flav making an album. Now, would you go out and buy that album of just a bunch of, go ahead, man, I ain't got nothing for you, man? I'm like, yeah. You know, it's a bunch of nonsense. And that's what we sounded like on the last BDE.
Yeah, we really just kind of went with the idea that after 6 shows, yeah, we know what the fuck we're doing. yeah, we got this. We got this. Yeah, we're gonna take away one episode and make it paid, and then we're gonna take the biggest part of our other episode and make that paid, because super good businessmen. Yep.
Green is Gumby.
Yep. Yeah. But so I will say that we did redo it, and it's set up in a whole different way. It's strictly just for, like, hey, you want to support us? Cool. Drop a few dollars in there. They're all still on there, but yeah, we just both kind of apologize because we did take up a lot of time in that other episode with that, and this is a full disclosure podcast, and I feel like you guys needed to understand how we got to that point. And then should I tell him about the text thing?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So as I was getting feedback, I was then texting Jermaine because he was at work, and my buddy Bob was like, yeah, you know, this is not how you want to go about doing this, so on and so forth. And I'm texting him like, yeah, well, it makes a lot of sense. So I'm texting Jermaine like, yeah, we should probably stop doing that. And then
I didn't want to let it go, y'all. I'm sorry.
And he hits me with, so Bob's making our decisions now? I was like, no, but he's a financial guy, and he makes more fucking sense than we do. So, and then, you know, we got together that night, and we're like, yeah.
Yeah, so that was, I mean...
We had that come to Jesus epiphany moment. It's like, yep, so we should reevaluate how we're doing this, because your big epiphany was you were watching. What were you watching?
Yeah. The biggest thing that hit me hard on it was I'm watching. You know how Disney Plus, they got their little bundle or whatever,
right.
and it's them and Hulu and ESPN or whatever, and they was like, yeah, sign up for Disney Plus, $6.99, and I'm like, you mean to tell me we was $1 over Disney Plus? Yep. And this is content that's made billions of dollars in the industry, and this is content that you can watch. We're just talking.
Right.
And I'm like, we got the audacity to try to charge more than Disney Plus.
2 hours a week for $8, or you can watch a movie that's 2 hours long. Hold on, I can't do this. I'm too sick to do this math. All I know is we didn't math right.
Disney Plus has I mean, you can sit there. I don't know how long it would take you to watch everything that's available on their content for only $6.99. And we're talking about 2 shows, like a week.
So we just thought it was important to come in here and say, look, we're sorry. I definitely went off the rails here with these ideas, and I'm glad we're back to our normal, sort of rational selves. So now that that's taken care of,
all right,
let's
get to a staple of BDE.
Yeah.
What is the dumbest shit well, not dumbest, but one of the dumbest things that happened to the dumb shit that happened to you.
I'm gonna go
this
first.
week. Okay,
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna take the reins on this one. You son of a bitch. So my birthday is tomorrow, and
happy birthday.
fuck off.
Not yet.
And I am a generally selfless person, and I have the utter frustration of being sick right either on or right around my birthday. That is the dumb shit that happened to me. That is the universe saying, yeah, I don't really care about your good karma. Go fuck yourself. So it's not really anything that dumb that happened. It's just an unfortunate circumstance that is super frustrating. So
Yeah.
Go ahead. What's yours?
Mine's okay. I mentioned on, I don't know, one of these episodes, maybe the first or maybe even the second, that I'm going through a separation.
Oh, yep.
And I'm in the process of getting an apartment. And it's not about the dumb shit I did. It's the dumb shit that
Right.
happened to me.
Right.
So my credit score is, I've never had an excellent credit score, but at the same time, I had a decent credit score for,
What's higher, your credit score or your weight?
what? My credit score, I'm
I
not
know, it was
over 400.
It's a fucking joke. Jesus Christ. You're not that sick. Jesus.
I'm like, what the fuck is this dude trying to say?
Go ahead. That
Okay.
fell in its face. Good.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't help you with that one.
Yeah, you didn't.
But yeah, so my credit score has always been pretty decent. But, over the past, like I said, going through the separation and having to use credit cards here and there, stop paying on stuff, blah, blah, blah. Credit score kind of took a dip over the past couple months. But how unfortunate it is, the same timing is, how unfortunate it is that the same timing is, I got to now rely on my credit score for an apartment or for, things that happen in a separation where
Right.
you have to pivot and just be by yourself. So
So what?
looking at certain apartments and so on and so forth. And, I got turned down for a few. And then one said, they turned me down. But then, I sent a email back and said, well, is there anything else I can do to somehow secure this apartment? They said, yes, there is something else you can do. We can charge you a double security deposit and you have to have a cosigner. So I had to get a cosigner and double deposit. And I got to pay the first month's rent all before I move in.
And show a dick pic.
Absolutely. So that's the dumb shit that happened to me. And of course I've done all of that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm on my way.
But you got the place though, right?
Yeah.
My man.
Yep, everything's secure.
Good.
Everything's secure. But it's just, golly, like what kind of luck am I having at
You know
this
what
point?
though? You know what though? I've always been a believer about this, and here's my stupid optimistic kind of silver
Just
lining.
never
thing.
let the pessimism just lay where it lie.
No, because
You gotta pull the silver
can't-
liner.
You can't, man, because that shit will kill you. Don't you want to be as happy as me? So loving life and gonna not kill
Don't
myself.
you want
later?
to be as pessimistic as me?
No.
Realizing the worst part of it's going to happen before you can see anything good happen out of it. I'm expecting the worst.
And this is why we don't.
Preparing for the worst, hoping for the best.
This is why we don't let him have sharp objects.
I mean, that's just my mentality. It's always
get
been like,
Well, so here's
I'm preparing for the disaster, and if it turned out with a sunshine and roses, great.
and you know what? Look, before I get into my thing, I used to be that way too. But I also they used to bring me down a lot because I would always feel like, okay, the only thing you can do is go up, but you tend to bury yourself so low that it almost negatively affects you, and you're just
You kind of miss out on opportunities
Right.
to go up,
And you're just waiting
because
and waiting and
you're,
waiting for
You're
it to-
hovering at the bottom,
Right.
and you keep doing it.
So
I understand.
That's kind of that's just real deal Holyfield. That's just coming from how I kind of roll. But the whole positive thing is like, you know what? I don't see any way where this can't be a growing experience for you. It's gonna not enlighten you or anything like that, like you're gonna find nirvana or something, but
it is a growing experience.
It is.
It grew the money out of my bank account.
No, that's called Drew. With Drew.
No, the amount of money out of my bank account grew.
I think it's going to be one of those things where it's like, okay, once you finally get in there and you're away from your other situation and you're just like, you know what? I fucking did it. I did it on my own. I got this.
It's definitely going to be a healing experience.
Yeah.
I can definitely feel that happening. I don't care how pessimistic I may be. I know that's...
And I'm proud of you. I'm sincerely proud of you. I mean, it's great.
Appreciate that.
It sucks to see you go through the situation, but it's great to see you kind of rise up and not wallow in your sorrow. And because, I mean, you had all the right to do it, but you're like, nah, fuck her. I'm going to go ahead and keep it moving and be the best me that I can be. So that's awesome, man. And, we're all, I mean, I know we're all jokey and silly, but we are really, like, insightful people, too. Like, we bring more to the table than silly dick jokes. Okay. We have both been through a boatload. Like, look, me personally, all my family's been dead since I've been 18.
Yeah.
I've been on my own since I'm as of tomorrow, actually, this is pretty fucking wild. As of tomorrow, I will officially be on my own longer than I actually was in, like, a family home, I guess, for lack of a better term. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Because I'll be 37. Jeez. Anyway, that's weird.
Okay.
Yeah, that was... There you go, live radio, yeah?
Yeah.
So... Yeah, we didn't really... Our dumb things are more things that happened to us, not things that really we caused or experienced.
Okay. So, I want to pivot.
Yeah.
And I've been telling you about this as far as what's going on. Okay. So, we all work, right? Corporate America. Now, things may have changed because of COVID-19 and, people are no longer in the office, so on and so forth. But pre-COVID-19, and then, some of the companies that are starting to slowly, get back to bringing people into the office, there was always office flirting.
Yeah.
So, as a man, I'm going to say I got a current situation where I'm at work and there is, I'm not going to say multiple females, but there is one particular female that is flirting very hard. And, men, like, women always throw hints out there, and most of us men miss probably 70% of them. but
listen, I have a great one. By the way, it wasn't at work. But before I forget, the biggest thing I ever missed out on.
Okay.
The biggest. It was this girl. That's always a good start. And I was a younger fella, and
a young lad.
Yeah. Young bloke here, and so it was like a ex roommate's friend or some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
Just this little fucking thing. Just that sounded bad, but whatever. And she was like, "Yeah, I want to hang out." I was like, "Yeah, okay." And in my head, I'm like, full intentions. I'm like, would very much like to touch your naked parts. So it's gonna be great. And she came over with a bottle. We're watching.
Damn.
Right, we're watching something. Didn't even matter. And
there should have been a sign on the wall that said, "Make a move."
Oh, no. It gets so much worse.
Oh my god.
She goes to the bathroom real quick, and it's in the summer, all right? She comes back out and she's like, "Yeah, I don't really wear panties in the summer."
Oh my stars.
And I didn't do fuck all about it. I was just like, "Oh, okay." And
man, that ain't even.
Listen.
That's not even a subtle hint. That is a hit you over the head with a bam bam bat.
Right.
Hint.
Like
bam bam.
And I don't know what misfired in my head.
You said. What did you say?
I think it was just and this whole time she's like rubbing all on my fucking shoulder, just kind of like just kind of getting all, Now what come to find out, she was like, all right, well, my boyfriend's here to pick me up. I'm like, the fuck?
Oh.
Now, I mean, she was still trying to be a super whore, which I'm like.
But I'm saying, well, you was the comeback. You was the comeback score.
I don't give a shit. The fuck did I have morals? But yeah, it was that thing that you didn't realize happened till after the fact, and you start breaking shit in the house. Yeah.
Because not only did you miss out on the opportunity, and your psyche is battered, you know that she's going home and calling you every dumb motherfucker in the book.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Oh, you don't? I do.
I care less.
Well, I mean, I don't really care about people's opinion that
she was
harshly,
a friend of a friend that wanted to come fuck me behind her boyfriend's back. I'm not really prepared to deal with her. Whatever her judgment.
But I'm saying she's at the house like he's a cornball.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm assuming.
See, I don't like people calling them cornballs.
I don't know. But I mean, like I said, I'm not really going to take her judgment or her thoughts of the situation really to heart, because it's like you're kind of being a whore a little bit. So
he said a little bit.
I mean, like you're just. I'm not wearing panties. I'm gonna come over with a bottle and going to
said a little bit.
Right.
It's like Chappelle or the Nutty Professor was like, we're gonna talk about your mama. Why don't we talk about her a little bit? What did you say? A little bit.
But I don't know, just what you said made me think of that. I'm like, that needs to be in the ether, because I don't think I've ever told you that story.
You haven't. I've never heard that story.
Yeah, it's a bad
But at the
story.
same time, like, as I go back to the story, is men miss a lot of hints that you women throw out there, but
not that
when they're blatant like Mr. Bam Bam Bat, that she fucking hit him with like 2 lumps across his head, and he still didn't understand. He was like that one cartoon character. This is Leo the lion. How many lumps do you need? She hit you across the head with 4 lumps, and you was just like, "Can I have another?"
And the worst part is, I knew in my head, I'm like, look, I'm trying to.
Shit, this nigga was Leo the lion.
I'm trying to do this deal, and apparently she was, and it. Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah,
embarrassment.
So, in a work setting, let's go back to the work setting, folks. Okay, so in a work setting, heavy flirting. I'm talking about beyond the 70%, those subtle hints that women. I'm talking about blatant, ridiculous hints that, like, there's no other way to interpret them.
Right.
So, there are 3 men that come out of that conversation, or 3 different types of people that come out of that conversation. Rich says it's 4, maybe 5. And there's different derivatives of the same 3 men that I'm going to tell you about. The 3 men that come out of that conversation is, okay, there's the man that is married, like Rich, that will have none of it. I'll have none of it. I'll partake in nothing. And that is the hero. Now, I'll even play some, I'll even play some I'm Gonna Get You Sucker music behind him, because you got to have theme music behind you, like boom, 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 behind him and shit. He was like, I'll have none of it. And then the music plays behind him. Then, now, you said the derivative of that man is the married guy that does fall for it and says,
fuck it.
Literally
and figuratively.
Fuck it. Absolutely. So I guess that's the 4th male.
Yeah.
The second male, to me, in that situation is the male that says fuck it too, that just goes right for the flirting,
Right.
takes it all the way to the end.
Not married.
He's not married. Yeah, he's single. Yeah. He just takes the flirting. He goes all the way to the top with it. Right. And I ain't going to even say the top. But there's a derivative that slides off of him too, because if this relationship doesn't work, then, them two are arguing and it becomes a workplace problem.
Right.
And then there's the third male in that situation that says the cliche of you don't shit where you eat. Yeah. And he plays it off. And that male and there might be a derivative of him, because that male could be the one that just says, I don't shit where I eat. I don't do anything at work. I'm done. But then there's a slightly different version or a derivative of him that says, I don't shit where I eat, but I'm still got my ears. Yeah, my ears are still gremlin ears. Them things is open. They up and high. They're up real high, and maybe if you keep pressing, you may get me.
Yeah.
So
couldn't there be a derivative of that one that's like, I'm not gonna relationship you up, but we could have a little bit of fun. Like I
didn't. Who said anything about a relationship?
Well, all right.
I'm just saying this heavy flirt, like
right.
If somebody's attacking you, I ain't gonna say attacking you.
Yeah,
but I am gonna say attacking you. But if somebody is hitting you with flirts and flirtatious comments, are you really trying to be in a relationship with that person?
No.
So what are we talking about there?
Well, I didn't know if there was an end game, because you know how that shit works.
No, I don't know. I don't know. So, with that being said, it's like one of those things where, I mean, that's just an interesting thing to me because it's going on right now, at my
so
job.
What's your point? Like, are you just bringing up these grouping of folks, or are you?
No, I mean,
where are you falling in this?
I'm falling in the I don't shit where I eat category.
Okay,
but at the same time, I'm not married.
Yeah.
And I'm coming out of a separation.
Yeah.
So I'm on the market. I mean, my silly ass has moved from the back of the shelf to the front of the shelf. So when you go in the store, I am sitting there smiling on the front of the shelf to be picked. But this person that's so open and flamboyant and, that's just almost begging to be serviced.
That's the good. Like an oil change. See, that's the problem. Like, that's the one that's going to try to wife your ass up.
I'm not interested. Like, I'm not interested. But at the same time, I got gremlin ears. I mean, they're still up. I'm still listening. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. And the reason I bring it up also as a pivot on this same conversation, I think we've all fell victim to fuck it. And I've done it. Like, so, like, your most memorable work experience and how did that turn out? And did it do anything to the job? Or did y'all keep it platonic? So on.
Oh, yeah. So, okay. I'm not going to say where it worked.
No. We ain't got no details. Yeah. No specifics is needed.
Yeah, but basically, delicious. Just we just kept making these little back and forth jokes, and it's like one day I just called her, I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's stop fucking around. Let's just go do this. She's like, okay, we'll schedule something.
Oh, dang. So you just you didn't allow the moment to just happen. You was like, let's...
No, because we just kept dancing around it, playing around with it, and we're like, let's just go do it. And we did it, and delicious. And then everything was fine, and she was like, yeah, I don't think we can really be friends anymore. I was like, okay,
so
bye.
It was just one time?
Yeah, well, it was one day. I'm not going to say it was one time.
But one experience. Yeah, like y'all never hooked up after that.
No. She was just like, yeah, I don't really think we can be friends anymore now. I'm like, okay, bye.
Damn.
I don't really care.
It's like those temporary infatuations, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
in my experience, but
it didn't ruin the job, didn't fuck anything up. I was just like, and there wasn't any like ill will. She just was like, shit, now I think I caught the feels, and I'm like,
and y'all continue working together.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the entirety that you were both there.
Yeah, like we didn't work like super close to each other. There wasn't anything like that.
Okay.
So, like,
but when y'all did see each other, was it like a awkward silence? Of course, right? Like it was just like
no, it just wasn't as friendly as it was. Like it wasn't awkward because she made it pretty understood. Like, hey, now I feel fucking weird about it, and like I don't know what I want now, and it's like, okay, well, that's cool. Like I was younger, and I was a much bigger dick back in the day.
I'm getting the feeling of every time you say I was younger, I'm getting a correlation between with the word dumber as well.
Yeah.
So kind of paints the picture for me that when you're young, you're dumb.
Yeah.
Is that not?
I'm glad that you found.
I already knew. I've been knew
this.
This is not a revelation.
Should we alert the New York Times about this fucking?
This is not a revelation. This is just me getting you to self-admit. Like,
oh my god,
okay, through so many experiences, that are you not dumb as fuck when you're young?
Yeah,
yes, you are.
Yeah. That's how you learn shit, man. Like that. I'm a big believer in experience is the best teacher. Yes. Like, you can have all your boys and gals tell you this, that, and the other and read all the books you want, but until you really experience it, you're going to be like, nah, we'll fucking see.
Yeah.
And then you see, you're like, they were right. They probably did the same shit, and they're telling me, like, don't do it. I'm like, I got to find out on my own. But yeah, like, I mean, honestly, my situation came out a lot better than most, because a lot of times you will come out of that real awkward and real tension.
I've heard disaster. Yeah. Like, I mean, in all the jobs I've worked at, you know, the job that me and you met at, you know, I did get into a situation. Well, I mean, I flirted hard with a lot of coworkers here and there. And, you know, we went to bars and we had drinks and we laughed and joked and kissed and, you know, hugged, made out, the whole nine. But it never went that far. It never went all the way. But there is one coworker that it did go all the way with. And we were, I guess, somewhat of an item for, I don't know, anywhere from 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
So it had become a thing where it was kind of known around the office, and it just didn't work out. But at the same time, I mean, it wasn't detrimental. It didn't hurt. But at the same time, I was just a representative at the time. You know, I wasn't in management or leadership. Had I been in management or leadership,
that changes.
It changes the whole space, and that's what I am in now. I am in management. I am in a leadership position, and that further complicates any type of business.
I have an unfortunate knack and unfortunate situation where I tend to fuck people I work with. Like, as you're talking, I'm listening, but I'm also thinking, it's like, I've done that quite a few times. It's a good thing I'm married now. Well, I mean, I guess I don't really work with her, but I work at home, so technically, I you know,
do.
Yeah,
everybody, because I mean, like I said,
but
everyone's working from home now. You know what I'm saying? And they're slowly returning to the office post COVID. You know, so
not me. Nope.
I just can't believe that call center's closed down and still hasn't opened up. There's so many memories there.
Why would you though? Like, think about it. Like, what would the actual like economic, fiscally, you know, why would that make sense to open it back up? They're saving so much money with electricity, security, you know, insurance, you know, just.
But you're okay. You got employees that are very productive at work and the work from home status.
Yeah.
Don't get me right. I mean, I said don't get me right. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, you have several employees that are in the work from home status that are totally shitty, very unproductive. If they were in the office setting, you would probably get more production out of them. Well, so from a company standpoint, from a director, CEO standpoint, you want to bring people in the office to get more production. And on top of that, you create the work environment. I mean,
let's not pretend they're not sending all this shit overseas. For real. Let's be real. They don't give a shit about the production. They just care about the money part of it. Production they have their yes men that will say yes to whatever.
But I'm saying there's still that workplace environment. Like, that's the same environment that we met in. Like, I would have never met you.
No, this is true.
If you was always working from home and I was always working from home, it would have never happened. So it's like, I mean, there are relationships that do get built from a workplace culture environment.
I'm also 37. I have enough fucking friends. I'm all set.
Oh, I have plenty.
I get you.
I've told this to plenty of my boys and pretty much friends. I've been stopped accepting applications for friendship a long time ago. If you are not in my phone contacts right now, I am not accepting any new applications.
I'm sorry.
So, unless you're a producer that's going to, lift this show off the ground.
Yeah.
I'm done accepting applications from people off the street.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I had a lot of people kind of hit me up with that when we first kind of all went home, and you either fall into one or two places there. Like, I hate to have it be so black and white, but it's either you're good at doing the home stuff or you're not good at doing home stuff. It's one of the, and if you're not, then you need to find something else to do.
Yeah, because the job I'm working in now, we have the majority, I want to say 90% of the people are work from home, and a lot of shitty, and I mean shitty ones, report to me. And it's like having to chase them down and have to monitor them and say, I caught you. Like, that is old to me. Like, I really got to catch you not doing your job. I mean, and the ultimatum is bring you back into the office. So it's like, okay, I mean, maybe that's what we got to do, but I don't know.
No, I get you.
I mean, you got pros and cons to any situation.
Right. No, I get you. So, talking about the whole, people not really being fit or set up to kind of work at home. I know you're not working home, but what about your job stuff? You ever got fired?
For the actual top, I mean, from messing around or flirting? No.
Yeah? No? Okay.
No, not at all. Like, so I guess people are probably a little bit too spooked as far as you can't shit where you eat at, because when I did shit where I ate at, nothing came of it. Right. If I got fired or if I chose to move on to another job, it wasn't because of a relationship. Like, no time have I ever been in an HR office and they're like, well, your relationship with such and such is inappropriate. Right. You know what I mean? So I've never got to that point. So only job I can recall getting actually fired at, my childhood job at Aliquippa, working at a car shop with John's Auto Collision. Everybody knows it in Aliquippa. And I got fired there probably like once every 2-3 years. And it would be like, take your shit and get out, you motherfucker, and never come back. And then like a week would go past and I would realize I needed him. And he would realize he would realize I needed him. And then he would realize he needed me. And we would somehow make up. So as far as production or anything, like, either the job either ceased to exist or I chose to move on to a different job. Like, I don't recall ever just getting flat out fired. I mean, or the job no longer exists and I got a severance package, but just straight up, You're fired because you are not adequate at the position? I don't have one. You got any?
I mean,
Where they said that you like some old Dutta man from New Jack City. Dutta man, your services are no longer needed.
I don't know if I can really get into why, because I figured it would pretty much put the company out there, and I don't want to like do that.
Okay, don't.
But I was let go on the 89th day.
Before a 90-day what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And
but that's not to your doing. Then,
on it. Well, I mean, it was due to a miscommunication or a certain verbiage in this line of work that you should not use. It wasn't negative. It wasn't like I was cussing, but it was a certain few words that are looked down upon in that field. Okay. And if you use those key words, then there doesn't matter if it was malicious or not, you're out.
Termed.
So,
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know it's kind of like ambiguous, but yeah, I don't really like want to put it out there because it's, I don't know how this shit really works and how easily things can come back to you. So I don't want to like toe that.
You don't
line.
want to give free publicity to
Right.
anybody, even if it's negative publicity, because in this business, negative publicity is free publicity. Period. Publicity. Period. So yeah. Don't even give them the satisfaction.
Yeah.
But
well, here's the plan here. Tomorrow, well, today. Yeah, sure. It's my birthday now. So
happy birthday, Rich.
See what I said before? Go fuck yourself. No, thank you. I appreciate it. We're gonna be recording X's and O's tomorrow. I technically this could say today, but I'll just say tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because the wife is doing a little soiree at the house on Saturday, and that's when we normally record X's. So we're kind of hitting you with a double dip here. So
you're going to hear our scroggy voices one more time.
Yeah, hopefully I am not as Kermit the Frog over here, so that'd be good. Yeah, I'm kind of just following this dickhead's lead. He laid the path, and I'm just, wading through it.
Yep.
So, just like normal, the Twitter's on there, the Instagram's on there, the Facebook, the Patreon.
Put your top 10 list on there, please.
Yeah,
give us something.
I know Jermaine's birthday is coming up real soon here too. So if you're feeling generous, it'd be,
we both made babies. That's crazy.
What? I thought you said we both made babies. I'm like, which is actually true as well.
No, I said we are both made babies.
Yeah, we are.
And I never knew that about you until just recently. So it's like, wow, month of May. But we're different signs though. Like you're not into the astrology.
No,
I'm a Gemini.
That's the wife. I'm a Taurus.
Okay.
I'm a German Taurus. I don't even like changing my pants. So we're stubborn folk. But yeah, I mean, I got
the two episodes. I got two sides. I got Jermaine, and then I got my alter ego, Street. So Street is who you get on BDE. You might get Jermaine on X's and O's. So you never know.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Patreon's up there. You want to visit it? Go ahead. Do the birthday of love? Go ahead. If not, I don't know why you hate me so much. But I'll plug in all the links in the description like we normally do. Got any parting words here? Because I'm about to take about 3.5 shots of NyQuil and call it a fucking night.
No parting gifts.
I'm gonna be like Drew Brees in that commercial. Remember when he was doing? Remember when Drew Brees was doing the NyQuil commercial? Him and his weird ass weird ass seal fucking thing on his cheek.
Yeah, he got like a fur
He
amoeba
got
on his
a
cheek.
he got a
hematoma.
hematoma.
He got a pre-Cordell Stewart.
Oh shit!
You remember Cordell Stewart had them grumble fucks on the side of his
he
cheek.
Did.
Oh my gosh! My one boy used to call them grumble fucks.
Oh.
He was like, "Oh, look at them grumble fucks on his cheek." I was like, "Grumble fuck?" That's my boy from Philly, Mike. He called them grumble fucks.
Interesting.
But okay,
yeah, that's a way to.
how the hell did we get there? You took it there. You did.
Because fucking I did. I said his commercial with the NyQuil, and then I was like, yeah, he did have that little like. I don't even know.
Like a hairy amoeba on his face.
I don't know. I think it looked like. I think it was like. I don't know. Shit looked like Europe. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, 3.5 shots of that. That's going to be a thing.
No, I don't have any further words.
All right. Well,
outside of,
I'm Rich.
I'm Jermaine. And you just enjoyed BDE Street.
All right, kiddos. We'll see you tomorrow.